hockey fans, and welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, your host for the program that is by a fan, for the fans, and you gotta know most definitely about you, the fans. What a game it was Monday night. Wow. Man, who would have thunk that happened? We'll talk about that in a second. Before I get started, I gotta say some special thanks. Did you like that new opening? Man, if you did, put some notes in the comments. And I really got to thank Chris Thompson. He did the video. He lives here in Hawaii. He's from St. Louis. Big Blues fan. He rescues cats. He's been helping out. He knows I'm stressing on this a little bit, and he wanted to do something to get show some pop. Man, it is great. And then I got to thank Anthony Bellamo. Anthony lives up in Great Lakes, Chicago, northern Chicago. He's a Navy guy. He's in one of my military groups that supports no suicides amongst veterans, 22 until none. And we hooked up last season over this show, and he's been doing a lot of help. And the sound effects you hear today, they're from him. Anthony, thank you. Gotta say thank you to my wife. She's the one that's come up with some of these great show ideas. Keiko, thank you. And to the clan, your feedback is helping me out a lot. And I got one correction I got to make. A couple of videos ago, when I talked about the interference call, I said that it was Blues Rants that put out the video, and it wasn't. It was the Blues Buzz blog, bluesbuzz.com, I think. I know they're on Twitter. I know they've got their own page on Facebook. Blues Buzz is pretty good. They're not my favorite, but I like them. They're helping me out. I'm going to try and help them out. Blues Rants is one of my favorite. Tim Hirsch has helped out a lot. Every time I get down, he sends me a message, says, "Keep your chin up, buckaroo." And I got to say thank you. And then our ticket winner. Now, Morgan Whitney won the tickets. Unfortunately, Morgan came down with a bit of a cold and couldn't go Monday night. So she let her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend go. This is them. That was their first game. They took the sign. They made the sign for me. I got to say thank you. Morgan, I'm glad that you let your daughter go and you got the tickets used and she got to go to her first game and see a great game as it was. Okay, guys, let's get into the game. So, Colorado is in St. Louis. Colorado at the time was 7-0-1. 7-0-1. They hadn't lost in regulation yet. Well, you know what? This game started out like two boxers, you know, kind of taking them jabs at each other. You know, taking a little bit of jabs and moving around and passing the puck. And it started to get physical. There were 12 penalties in this game, right? At the 8:35 mark, Cole, ex-Blue, Ian Cole goes into the box while we're on the power play. Done. Tarasenko and Braden Shen hook up for the power play goal. It's 1-0 Blues, and this game is looking good. Well, about 2.5 minutes later, Blues kind of figure out they need to go in the send bin. Steen takes an interference penalty at 10:41, and Bomeister takes a hooking penalty at 12:15, and unfortunately that puts a 5-on-3. Last time the Blues gave up 5-on-3, they gave up a goal. Well, they did it again. At the 12:38 mark, McKinnon buries one from Makar and Rantanen, and it's 1-1. Now, shortly after this, Rantanen did something. I don't know. Someone said he was in a corner. I didn't see it, but he hurt his knee, and they have him listed as day-to-day. Well, he didn't come back in the game, and it was obvious how much they lean on this guy, because then came the second period, and holy fuck, that was the best second period of hockey I think I've ever seen played. Oh my goodness. The Blues came out. They fired shots. They were physical. They got on the forecheck. They pretty much stayed out of the box. This was a good period. I think, if I remember right, the Blues took 10 shots in the second period, right? 10 shots in the second period. 11 shots in the second period. Pardon me, 11 shots. There were a total of 12 shots in the period. Colorado got one. One shot, and it wasn't even a good one. At the 5:07 mark, David Perron, It didn't count as a power play goal, but in some ways it is a power play goal. There was a penalty called, a delayed penalty. Comes out of the box. Bennington comes out of the box. Tarasenko and Falk passed the puck around, sent it to Perron sitting right in the middle, and he buried it. 2-1 Blues. Then, at the 15:06 mark, Parayko and Schwartz pass the puck around. It's kind of loose. Tarasenko picks it up, goes behind the goal line. The puck is just ahead of it, but he's behind it, and throws one at the net. And it's 3-1. That's where the score stayed. Colorado made some late charges. They ended up taking a total of 18 shots. They took 8 in the third period after only taking 1 in the first. The Blues took a total of 25 shots. 3 stars of the game. Bennington was the third star, Perron the second star, and Tarasenko with 3 points was the first star, and that was his best game of the season. And they said it afterwards that this was the best game they played. I agree with it. Now this is the final game of their 4-game homestand, and if they win this one, they would have the same record as the 4-game road trip. That would be good. They're playing the LA Kings. Now normally we would go, yay, the Kings, they suck. Well, you know what? The Kings sucked last year, and we lost to them twice when they had the worst record in the league. They don't have that this year, but they're still not much better. The Kings are 4-5 with a goal differential of -7. They're giving up 3.78 goals per game, which is dead last in the league. Power play percentage is 11.1, which is 27th in the league, and the penalty kill is 75.8, which is 22nd. Those are both things that can be exploited. The Blues, on the other hand, now the Kings are allowing 36.5 shots, which is 30th in the league. The Blues, on the other hand, are 4-2-3 with a goal differential of -3. Not bad. I mean, it's not great, but you're still up in a playoff spot. They are giving up 3.22 goals per game, which is 17th. Their power play is at 18.5, which is 18th in the league, and the penalty kill has slipped off a little bit. It's at 85.2, but that's 8th in the league. I'll take 85.2 for 8th in the league. Now, the shots allowed. I was complaining about this. They're now at 31.6, and they're at 14th. They're moving that number up. If they can get it in the 30s, ooh, baby. The Avs players to watch. Kopitar is it, right? Or the Kings players. I'm sorry, the Kings players to watch. Kopitar is it. Kopitar has 10 points, 4 goals, 6 assists. Next is Kovalchuk. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists for 7 points. Goalies, they switch them back and forth. There's no 1, there's no 1A. There's who can we throw in the net? You got Jack Campbell that is 2-2 with a 2.76 goals against average and an 897 save percentage, and Quick with a 2.3 goals against, or 2-3 record with a 4.44 goals against and an 847. The Kings play tonight when I'm filming this, which is Tuesday night, and beat, and I forget who it was, but they won 3-2. Good tough game. Took a little out of them. They got a day off before they face the Blues. The Blues have 2 days off. That could help us. We're at home. We need to play this team like they were the Colorado. If we do that, this is the time where I normally tell you the score. I'm going to hold up on it this time, and I have a special reason. Ticket winners. Like I mentioned, Morgan Whitney won the tickets, and she let her daughter go to the game with her boyfriend. Morgan, I know you didn't get to go to the game, and you know what? We're going to find some way, somehow, to get you to a game. I think the Clan can step up and get Morgan to a game. Can you, Clan? Let's help get Morgan to a game since she didn't get to go to this one. But congratulations, Morgan, and I'll probably have another ticket giveaway soon. About the fans. Now, this is my favorite segment of the show, right? One of the early fans that I ever featured was Layla Anderson. When I found out the story about Layla and needing the transplant, I tried to get word out. I mean, I didn't get a lot, but I'll do it to this. I had to put a video out, and my goal was to get 1,000 views. Now, it's taken almost a year, but it's at 966 views. November 21st of last year is when the show was out. maybe you can watch it and give me them last 38. But today in the mail, I got this box. And in this box, I got something special. Scott and Layla, thank you so much. I'm going to keep this. It will be on the show. And when I come to St. Louis, Layla, I'm going to get you to sign it for me. Now, if you did sign it on the inside, I don't know. I haven't opened it yet. But I will get you to sign that for me. And they sent me some of these. And I think they're great. They're the Swab for Layla bracelets. I'm going to put one on. The Swab for Layla bracelets. I got some extra ones here. I'm going to give those away at an upcoming show. I'm sure some people will like that. Scott and Layla, thank you so much. That was an amazing gift you gave me, and I really appreciate it. I'll talk about how you can be a part of the About the Fan segment in just a little bit. Now, I got to tell you, I talked about this segment being my favorite segment in the show. And sometimes this show can be really hard to do. It can take a lot out of me, and it can be very stressful. And there have been times that I have really thought about quitting the show. And then this happens. I got a message from a gentleman named Kyle Beadle. And Kyle told me his story. And when he did, I told Kyle, well, you know, I've done something like this before. I honored Jennifer Ertz. I honored my friends Eric Senft. And I honored my shipmate, Dan Gallagher. He told me the story of his wife, Jay. Jay, who was originally from Oklahoma, joined the Army and was an E4 in the Army, was at Fort Hood for a while, and that's where Kyle met her. And Kyle introduced her to blues hockey, and she became a big fan. But then she got diagnosed with renal cell carcinoma, and I hope I said that right. And it attacked her body. It's a cancer of the kidney, a kidney cancer. It really messed her up. And she's a big blues fan. They lived in Little Rock, Arkansas, so it was hard for her to get to games. He reached out to an organization called Three Birds for Life. This organization is sort of like Make-A-Wish for adults. He gets into the contact with him and tells him about his wife wanting to see the blues and getting a special treatment. Well, that's exactly what happened. This group reached out. The group reached out to the blues. Her favorite player was Pietrangelo, and she got to meet him. Got to spend 10 minutes with him, and his wife got a stick and a jersey from him. She had a really good experience. Louis came out and gave her some gifts. They took her around, let her see the warm-ups. I mean, she just had an all-around great experience. The time she spent with Pietrangelo made her good. The organization that helped, again, it's called Three Birds for Life. Dan Buffa of Game Time did a really nice story on Jay. And the reason that I'm having Jay as my fan of the game today is because the 26th of October, I think that's right, Friday, is her birthday. And she'd have been 40 years old. Unfortunately, Jay passed on January 25th of 2018. And we, the Hawaii Blues fan clan, want to honor Jay and say, Jay, happy birthday. And you make a great fan of the game. So I thought this was the only way to end this segment, was like this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jay. Happy birthday, we're bleeding blue with you. And in honor of Jay's 40th birthday, I'm going to say that the Blues beat the Kings 4-0. Book it. Happy birthday, Jay. Kyle, you're in my heart, my friend. You're in my heart. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching the show. I am trying my best to make the show quicker, to make it better, to make it faster, and make it more fun. I put out a mission statement. It's on the Blue Note Fan Report. Go out there and check it out. Maybe I'll show it, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I will say this. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm bleeding blue with you. Oh, before I do that, I love Jackson, but I want to know who else is bleeding blue with me. Send me a video, just like Jackson did here.
My name is Jackson.
Right, Jackson? Tell him.
Hawaii Blues fan, and we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
That's right. You send a video just like Jackson, and you can be a part of the show. This is the Hawaii Blues fan saying aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you on the next Blue Note Fan Report.